Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words, become much more articulate. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you the triangle formula in order to spot automation opportunities. I've noticed that the word automation is a lot like storytelling. Storytelling used to be a word that was often scoffed at in a lot of business atmospheres. But as of late, storytelling is one of those words that a lot of professionals are taking seriously. And they're taking it so seriously to a point where it's slowly becoming one of those buzzwords. High professionals up the food chain are like, you gotta learn storytelling. We need to take storytelling much more seriously. How are you incorporating a story into your presentation? They keep issuing this command, but they're not teaching others exactly what a story is. You ask the average person, what is a story? And they're going to be like, just struggling to think of a definition. Nowadays, automation is having this similar pattern. Many of these professionals are like, we gotta automate. You gotta take automation more seriously. How are you introducing automation into your role? You ask them, what is automation? And they're like, struggling to formulate a sentence. If you ask me, what is automation? I will simply say a set of repeatable processes. And in order to spot automation opportunities, you need three things. One, you need to understand the processes. Number two, you need a technical understanding. And number three, you need to be able to spot bad attitude. By understanding these three variables, suddenly a lot of automation opportunities are presented. And I'll give you a quick little story about one time where all three of these came into an alignment, and I'll help you think through this triangle in respect to your own job position. There was this one time where when I was working in this particular company, my team, we would print a thing called barcode labels, and it was on a thing called zebra printers. It's because barcode labels and a zebra look very similar, so we just called it the zebra printers. This was a very specific job for certain applications that we would process. The problem was that with these zebra printers, the people who would install them were somewhere in Australia, and I don't know what it is, but a lot of Australians have this type of humor, which you can't tell if it's humor or just pure sarcasm. And a lot of the times, they're just flat out rude. So what would happen was for my team, whenever we needed the printers installed, it was a headache trying to reach these people in Australia. So we would submit one of these tickets and we'd pretty much just pray that they contacted us back. We'd wait weeks to hear from them back, if they even hit us up. And if they did hit us up, what would happen was they'd be like very rude about it. They'd be like, did you try this, that? Okay, read this textbook of documents. And they're just over here nagging us. One day, I come to my job and I hear my manager just chewing out this zebra team in Australia. And right after he's done yelling at them, he pings me to go to his office. I'm like, man, he just got done yelling. I mean, is he in the right attitude to talk to me? So I nervously walk into his office. Once I walk into his office, he asks me to sit down, looks me in the eyes, and he's like, can you automate this zebra thing? And I was like, I mean, not really, no, I don't know anything about it. And he's like, figure it out. So for the next couple of weeks, I was over here trying to figure it out. I was trying to understand what exactly automation meant. Eventually, I was able to get on a phone call with one of these zebra individuals, and he walked me through the entire process of installing a zebra printer. So now I sort of understood. I was like, okay, so this is how you install it from A to Z. So I understood the processes. Now what do I do? And that's when one of my coworkers introduced me to a thing called PowerShell. It's a way that you could script and tell the computer basically what to do. So I understood the processes. I understood the PowerShell script part. And for the next couple of days, I was over here trying to create this script. I failed a bunch of times, and eventually it got to a point where the script ran. Just like that, a beautiful Zebra printer was now installed on my computer. I quickly got this script. I posted it on a shared server. Other members from the team would now be able to run this script, and they would be able to install a Zebra printer in their computer. Runtime, 3 seconds. So notice something from this quick little story. The automation triangle, we need to know the processes, we need to have technical understanding, and we need to spot bad attitude. Let's talk about this real quick, the bad attitude. Because this is something that is like, wait a minute, this is delving into emotional intelligence. Why are you including this in your triangle? The reason why is because we have a very negative attitude towards whining, especially in the self-improvement space. It's like, don't whine. Why would you whine for? Like, you always have to think positive. That's not optimal in my opinion. Whining minus solutions equals whining. But whining plus solutions equals a potential business opportunity. Whenever you see reoccurring whining happening, that is when you're like, can I automate this? Okay, that's something you want to ask. Now, if the person is whining, just let's say one person, this guy may be having a bad day. But if you see different individuals pretty much whining about the same thing, just like my team was like, man, these Zebra guys, they're so freaking annoying. Me and a few of the other team members, my manager was that person that was like, I'm spotting reoccurring whining. This is a potential automation opportunity. So boom, one part of the triangle is hit. Now it's like, I need to have the processes. I can't just automate something I don't know anything about. So that's when me getting on the call with the Zebra guy became very important. It's like, tell me exactly what you do from beginning to end, and don't hold anything back. Whatever you think is common sense may be breathtaking knowledge for me. So everything from A to Z, walk me through it. Once I got that, now it was about, okay, get the technical knowledge. See, this is very important because what I've noticed is that many people have these two, okay? They have, let's say you're working in a fast food company. There's probably a lot of things you're whining about. And you most likely know a lot of the processes. But a lot of these fast food workers never think of automation opportunities, the technical knowledge, because when they think of automation, they think of robots. And when they think of robots, they don't think processes that just execute. They think of Wall-E from the freaking Pixar movie. They view like these actual machines, right? So unless you have the technical knowledge, you are not going to fulfill the automation formula. So if you're a manager, if you're someone that wants to make an impact at your workspace, and you're like, okay, where can I spot these automation opportunities? My advice would be, number one, start off with the emotions, which is a very counterintuitive advice, especially for a technical word like automation. It's like emotions and automation, yes. And this is highly overlooked. What are people just consistently whining about? Like, you're whining about that? Whatever, you always whine. Wait, you're whining about that too? The whiner was whining about that. Oh, you too? You too? You too? Okay, boom. Now you can like zone in on that. Now it's like, what are you guys whining about? Whoa, it's the same job. Let me understand the job from A to Z. And from there, something simple like a PowerShell script should cover the issue. So this is a very beginner's guide into automation. Obviously, this field is going to get more complex as time goes on by. But you know what they say. It's better to learn simple division before you dive into long division. So learn the simple division by using this 3-step formula. Know the processes, know the technical aspect, and spot the whiners. Thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.